This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct the access corridor during arrival or departure. Thank you, and enjoy your stay. This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct the access corridor during arrival or departure. Thank you, and enjoy your stay. This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct the access corridor during arrival or departure. Thank you, and enjoy your stay. This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct the access corridor.
Good evening. It is 18:28 Galactic time. I've just rushed home, excited. The beta I saw had landed, so got that downloaded, and I'm logged in. There's a few notes to do with like quick starting and things like that, so I'll jump out and show you that in a second. So let's just go to mixed, and I want to see. Oh yeah, the chat is working. So right, so we've got chat. If you've got any questions or you want me to check anything, shout it out. Just have a test it. Right then, so let me show you what I meant by some extra bits. Exit to main menu. So there's this block of text down here. Proceed to the word system for the crime and punishment, engineering, megaship interactions and other tests. The fast start option for New Horizons commanders will start at Vonneburg Station, cooperative in the word system. Vonneburg cooperative in the word system, which stocks everything you need, has a materials trader, tech broker and other materials traders nearby in Erenin and Bolg. Also, the Dweller should be able to handle all your test engineering. So let us have a look. Now, I am not a New Horizons player, but it has started me in Vonneburg Cooperative in the word system. I have the money I had last week, pretty much, give or take a few quid. My combat rank is down, so this is, let's see, this is a save game that goes back to about Monday, I think, because over the weekend, no, it's going to go back to Friday, because over the weekend I did some more combat stuff and got it up to I think 20%. So the money is from before when we did the Smeaton runs. I hear that's been nerfed, by the way, guys, so sorry if you got in on that. Ka-ching. If you didn't, you're too late, but don't panic and don't fret about it. It's one of those things that a new cash cow will turn up at some point. It did when surface missions got nerfed, where you stacked surface missions. There's always something new to pick up on, and somebody will get the word out. So straight away, you can see we've got some extra bits and bobs down there. In the starport services, we have, I keep wanting to point, but you can't see where I'm pointing on the screen. So mouse pointer, remote workshop. So we haven't got anything pinned with an engineer. So we've got nothing. We can't, remote have that built. Let's just get that there. I don't know why I've refueled that. I'm dumping the ship now. So shipyard. I guess first things first. Let's check out the Chieftain. Where have they put it in the queue? Hiya. What's it called? Is it like an alliance chieftain, I wonder? That's odd. It's not there. I'm not missing it, am I? No? I really don't see it in there. That's interesting. Let's just check the forums. Well, in fact, I'll check the Reddit post. Because it should be pinned. Ships. Added new alien attack craft. Added the Chieftain, more manoeuvrable than ships of a similar size and weight. The Alliance Chieftain from Lakon Spaceways has been designed not only to dish out punishment but avoid it. Horizons only. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Let's just switch back to this. I think I've done a very silly thing. Yeah, I was playing the Elite Dangerous open beta, not the Elite Dangerous Horizons open beta. Oh well, that's my excitement for you. I rushed in, and it was like load, and straight in. So, what the heck? Right then. If you've got Oculus Rift, once you've used the Rift once with Steam VR, every time I load Horizons, even though the Oculus Rift services are off, it always starts Steam VR in the background. You have to bin it off. So let's go back to there and there. Yeah, the clock's not up yet. Preparing. So, tell you what I will do actually. Let's get the thread up, and I will put that there, and I will put that there. Pardon me. So, slight misfire then. For those that are just joining, I had loaded the regular Elite, not Elite Horizons, so the Chieftain was missing from the queue. I think it's an odd choice that the Chieftain isn't included in Horizons, because it's not a surface-specific thing. I suppose it more leans towards the whole Guardians and stuff like that, which I don't think people get on regular Elite as well. In fact, regular Elite must be lagging quite a bit behind Horizons now. And there really isn't. Anybody that buys Elite budget, when it's on sale or special offer, I always recommend that they go up to Horizons anyway, because you get so much extra with the with SRVs and surface missions and stuff. So let's have another go, shall we? The last 10 minutes never happened. You imagined it all. It was marsh gas reflecting off Venus. Don't worry about it. So we've started back in the same spot. I don't know why I've got a T9. I suppose... okay, this is before I went combat shooting again. So, shipyards. Da, 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 da. Is it the last ship in the list? No, it's not, actually. Federal Assault. Vulture. Cobra, Cobra, Viper, Cobra, Viper, Imperial Eagle, Adder, Hauler, Eagle, Sidewinder, Imperial Cutter. Hang about. Where is it? Courier, Keelback, Asp Scout, Vulture, Asp, Federal Dropship, Transporter, Assault Ship, Imperial Clipper, Gunship, Orca, Python, Type 9, Anaconda, Corvette, Cutter, Sidewinder. It's still not there. Do we need to get it from... You'd have thought they'd have put it in the starting system. Frustrations. No, don't see anything on Reddit about it. Okay, let's just get quickest way of doing this. Shipyard, what's got a good jump range? Asp Explorer. Right, okay, so we're going to head to Shinrata. I'm going to gut this, first of all. Starport Services, outfitting. We'll just A-spec the jump drive and gut the rest of it. What's that message? Oh, can't check because of that. Right, core internals, frame shift drive. 29. Browse. If anybody knows, if anybody who's watching knows, doing all right today. Yeah, I'm doing all right. To be honest with you, excited for this. Just puzzled as to why the Chieftain isn't at word, which is the. Let's get rid of the clock. We don't need that there. I've just realised I've been chatting. I'm not bloody showing you. There we go. Just confused as to why the new ship isn't at the station they've started us at. Not that I can see. So let us do browse, exchange, and then optional, sell. Sell. Who needs shields? Sell. Sell. Right. Galaxy map. Oh, it's no distance. What do we got? 3 jump. Oh, jeez. I didn't even need to strip the ship. I could have got out and walked. I like the station interior. This is quite nice and tidy. Right.
Landing gear retracted.
Good old ASP engine sound. Right then. Come on, Maslock. Do. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right. Oh! I wonder where we set the ship. Sensor scale, gun sight pad.
3, 2, 1, engage.
The ship audio sounds clearer. I mean, it may not come across on the stream, but it's got a crispness to it. Right, come on. I only got 3 jumps. 2 jumps now, in fact. So I've got the the list of all the patch notes up. So if there's anything that you want to see, let me know, and we'll give it a blast. Ooh, bit too warm. Come on, there we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
It could just be the audio settings have changed. It does this sometimes with beta, where it switches from full mode to headphones or something like that. But it does sound clearer. The rest of the audio doesn't sound much different.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Like that. I wonder if we can find... Oh! New cockpit voice assistant added as an alternative to Verity. Quality of life. I'm presuming it's going to be in the audio settings. Last one.
Frameshift.
Let's have a quick look while it's charging. Audio. Optimised for call sign. Oh, so this is your call sign. They'll call out your call sign, and it will be non-player player. I don't see it there. Do you want to discard these changes yet? Oh, come on.
Frameshift drive charging.
So maybe it is in here. Don't see it.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
It's listed in quality of life updates. So let's get over to Jameson, because if this hasn't got it, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they've had to pull it or something. Although Reddit seems to have people saying about, you know, oh, the Chieftain this and the Chieftain that, so it's somebody's seen it at some point today. Right, come on then, let's get this down to 7 or 6 seconds. What else have we got? Targeted NOR feature for material or commodity. It'd be good if we could mask off ships as known friendlies. That'd be nice. Oh, loop of shame. That's trying to read a forum post while flying a ship at several times the speed of light. Hello, D-Main, and hello, Roland. Thanks for watching. We're just trying to get to the Chieftain, which didn't appear to be for sale at in the word system at what was it, Vonnegut or something like that. So we're heading over to everyone's favourite shipyard at Jameson, and if this hasn't got it, I am at a loss. Okay, so it should announce us by command name. Bravo Uniform November, yeah, BUN Bungle. That's quite good.
Landing gear deployed.
Here we go. You bought it at the starting station. That's interesting then. That means that what I'm doing now is a complete waste of time. I wonder, because initially what I've done is I initially downloaded the Elite Dangerous beta, but then I switched over to Elite Dangerous Horizons to play that. So let's just have a look.
Hull integrity compromised.
Right. Shipyard. 33 ships available. Cutter, Corvette, Luger, Federal Lance. Ah! There we go. Right then. So, 23 minutes later, we eventually get to see the ship that we're trying to buy. So, let's have a look here. One additional multi-crew seat, 17 million by... Oh, mind you, the prices you've got to kind of ignore because they always go up and down in beta. So that's not really a good guide on that. Top speed 235, boost speed 337, right? Hull mass 420 tons, 154 on the shields, hard points, 1 large, 3 small, and these will be the 2 mediums. We've got 4 empty utility mounts. High upturn fish 79. Yeah, I mean, it will be coming. It's just that they use the PC and the Mac players as beta testers. So don't feel bad. I mean, you know, console updates are a thing in their own right. So you wouldn't want to be getting maybe 20 updates during the beta program because it's just a nightmare on consoles, I'm guessing. Cargo rack, shields, yeah, that's all fairly standard. So 6 power plant, 6 thrusters, 5 frame shift, 5 life support, 6 power distributor, 4 sensors, and a 4 fuel tank. Comes in Covas livery. So let's bin the old ship off. I love beta. It's sort of making it rain as far as buying stuff goes. It's like, yeah, A-spec everything. I'm just going to have that, and engineers, have some fish and just be done with it. Let's have a look. Outfitting. Let's get a look at this. Come on. There we go. If I got my switches right. There we go. Oh, look at them. In fact, is it that one? Yeah, there we go. Good set of cans on it. Some thrusters. Now, and I love the way it's sort of sat on its back legs. That's really nice, that is. And usually there's a back door somewhere around here. Where are they hiding it? It doesn't have one. There's usually a little tiny door for oh, not like loading cargo. You wouldn't get much in the way of cargo in it, but it gives a proper scale of the ship, because everyone says, you know, oh, the ships look tiny, like, you know, oh, this looks like a little bit bigger than a Sidewinder or whatever, despite the fact that it's on a medium pad. But when you see the door, you go, well, hang on, that's a door. A person fits through a door with a little bit of headroom, and it's enormous. So that gives you an idea of cockpit size. There's me. Wave to me. Hello, me. Tiny little legs on the front. I don't know what that's about. And it's got a hole through the middle. Look at that. That's quite cool. That's a lot of engines. This thing best turn. Right. Starport services. Outfitting. Let's see what we can do. Explosive kinetic. Ooh. Explosive thermal. They're all good. Let's go for... And I haven't got me engineered cannons here, so... Let's get this on the go. Remove small gun. Replace with... Ooh! Bit of clip in there. Hot build beta. That's better. Empty large hard point. Let's go with... Oh, this is going to be... No, I don't want that. I want... multi-cannons. Well, I just... Oh, I am. Hang on. Gimbaled. Fixed. I am a dimwit. Point exchange. That's a beast of a cannon, that is. It looks bigger on this ship. I don't know why. So, multi-cannon. Right, let's just fill this up with multi-cannons. Multi-cannon. See, I think the fact that it's got 3 small weapon points, and I noticed that's off to the side. The a few of the when I think it was Ed was talking about it, and he was saying, you know, all the weapons are right down the centre, and they look like they were, but we didn't get a proper look around the ship. But these are definitely off to the side, so. Set mine with 3 times multi-cannons, 2 seekers, 1 burst and 1 beam. Nice loadout. I don't get on with particle accelerators and missiles too much. I mean, I when we first had missiles, they weren't very good, and they've got a lot better since, I know. But let's just get this set up. I also don't do well with fixed, so gimbaled all the way. Utility mounts. We'll just have 1 chaff. Back. Oh, I didn't even buy it. What am I doing? Browse, chaff, buy. There we go. Oh, optional. Get rid of that. Oh, I could do it on that one actually. Browse. Bi-weave shield generator. Turreted. Interested? So, basic discovery scanner. We don't need any cargo space. No fighter bay on this, so there's not going to be any dropping a little mini ship out and doing your bits there. Let us. Anything in livery? Sorry, missing the chat. A-listed the core. Haven't issued a paint job yet though. What's the price for fully A grading? Well, let's go through. Oh, haha!
Greetings, Commander.
Greetings, Commander.
Okay, right.
Your
So,
cockpit voice assistant, more
Ship-
commonly known as COVAS. My purpose is to provide systems information and analytical support throughout your journey. I am issued as standard by the.
all right.
Greetings, Commander. This is Victor.
Right, let's give Victor a go. So the vessel voice is in outfitting. It's in livery. Right. And do we need? I think now we'll give that a blast as it is. Right. So. Galaxy map. Hang on. 8 jumps. That's normally 1 jump for me. What's the jump range on this bucket of bolts? 8! Ah! What are they doing? Oh. What am I doing? So 4 million for... Again, remember, I guess we can't really check parts prices either because they mess about with them all in beta to get people to use them. So 20, that's still not bad. Let's drop a bit of weight on the life support. So yeah, jump range was 8.9 and I'd already ripped a load of bits out of it. It's now 19 with an A-spec, a 5A frameshift drive. Browse, let's just do a 6D coupler. For anybody that's new, I know a lot of us have played this forever. It is Old Golden Hen, actually. But close, very close. Yeah, for any new players, if they're watching, the D range, the D type part, so 6D or 5D or 4D or whatever, is always lighter than the E part they give you, and it's usually slightly better. It's just a cost implication. So you can save a load of weight on the ship. Like we're already 20.25 just by switching out those 2 parts, the D type parts. So we'll do sensors as well, because it's sensors. 20.45. So we're just scraping up little bits of jump range. I'm going to put thrusters on to A. Just so, I mean, 14 million for that, but again, don't read the money into it. And a power plant. I probably don't need a 6E, but right. So we've A-spec'd what we need. I'm going to stay on lightweight hull. Right. Now let's go and set a new course for the same place. CNAV. Plot route. There you go. 1 jump. That takes me back to my Sidewinder days, that does. 8 jumps. Oh. Right then. So we got Victor, remember. Let's have a listen.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh. Keep forgetting I'm not in a gunship. Right. This boost noise is stonking. You ready? Let's get her lined up. Throttle her up. Oh, love that boost. You get 55 light year jump in a DBX. What do? Rip the hull off and make it have tissue paper? I do originate from the West Midlands, yes. I was born in Northfield in Birmingham, hence the accent.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Woohoo! Right then.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, he's going to count us down, isn't he? Of course.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
I like that. I like the new voice. I don't know about you folks, but I think that's all right. It's a bit like your sat nav, isn't it? You know, you got all the different voices. I mean, how long till we get the Arnie voice pack for it? Right, where's my compromised nav beacon? There it is. Let's stay unbalanced actually for a second. "25 light years in a gunboat." Blimey. I get I think I get about that in my FGS. But well, back in the early days when it was an Eagle or a Type 7, and I was doing trade missions in an unmodified Type 7, which I thought was the dogs, the Type 7, the Magic School Bus. It was crap, frankly, at the time. I mean, we thought it was ace, you know, everyone's like, well, I went through a hauler, an adder, a Type 6, a Type 7, eventually a Type 9, and I still own the Type 9 now. That is my trade ship, or I use it as a medivac for attack stations, sitting on the throttle at minimum. Yeah, I've got a Type 9 for trade and stuff. I've got a FGS, which is one pulse laser and the rest multi-cannons, and that is my combat ship. And I've got a Sidewinder done out in the special effects paint job and graphics from the recent charity event. And there is, what's my other one? Oh, I can't remember. I've got one more, but I don't use it. It's mostly gunship now, to be fair.
Scan detected.
It's nice. It's different. It's surprising because it's different. So let's have a look. Elite Cobra Mark III. As long as it's not in a wing, we'll be all right. Chat's got a bit of a run on. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I found. Somebody's Roland has said he mostly explores, so all my ships are equipped for max range. When I was doing building up the exploration rank. Oh god, he's wanted. Let's set my fire groups. Yeah, when I was doing exploration, to get out there is quick, and I would head out to the neutron fields, but then actually when you're there, you're doing very small jumps. You can actually plot optimal jump distances because it's just full of neutrons. So and of course getting there now is a lot easier because you've got neutron boosting. Yeah, it was weird because you don't need the jump range when you're actually out there. It does if you're trying to get to Beagle or you know, A Star and Sag A Star and things like that. But it's yeah, if you're just doing like gathering data, if you do a massive jump, you skip over all the things that you just jumped over. Right, come on. Oh, somebody's getting a bit of a beating. Right, come on then. Ooh, that's... Okay, we turned and we're still going backwards. That's interesting. Because that would suggest it don't want to stop. Come on. Oh, I've got me groups the wrong way round. Ah, have I got... Ah, I've got a fixed laser. Was he... Oh, shoot! What the hell happened there? It was like a swarm of cobras.
Scan detected.
Oh, I think I knocked the targeter.
Scan detected.
Okay, let's have a go at this. A cobra in my gunship is, on a good day, maybe 30 seconds tops.
Under attack. Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption.
Okay, shoot. It goes backwards quite nicely. Excellent for running away. Oh, do you remember that sensors that I said we don't need expensive ones off? Come on, get him. It keeps... I keep losing target. That's interesting. Whoa! So it doesn't take him to get too far away, and I lose the target on him. Let's... Oh, here he comes. The ship turns way quicker than it stops. Come on. Seems quite nice. Quite nice grouping. You know, the bullets seem to be going right in on the centre, unlike with a clipper or a cutter, where it you can actually shoot past small ships. It no. Yeah, you can be shooting, and if it's a small ship, the bullets go either side of it. So you, unless you use gimbal, of course.
Shields offline. Taking damage.
Oh, that's my shields down.
Target shields offline.
Right, come on. Oh, I'm out of weapon power. Oh. There we go.
Shields online.
Look at the
Target
windscreen.
destroyed.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. What's the chat doing? Yeah, a lot of Cobras. Shatner Morgan Friedman was just added also. That's HCS voice packs, isn't it, I think? It's difficult to correctly extra boost FSD with a neutron star, though, for a newbie. Yeah, it's horrendously difficult. I torched the ASP the first time I tried that. Quite spectacularly. It dropped out of Super Cruise in the cone, and it just rattled around for about 5 minutes and then caught fire and exploded. What's the rebuy cost of this? Well, again, numbers, we can't... oh, yeah, there you go, usual 5%. Of course, the buy price isn't necessarily accurate. It can always get adjusted during beta, and sometimes it'll be adjusted several times in the beta program alone. Adder, dangerous. Oh, that's that guy in the wing. Where's the target? That sounds close. See, it's weird, right? Watch this. So, if I'm accelerating, that's full throttle now, and I'll do 4 pips to engines. So that's full tilt without boost, 267. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back on the stick, keeping the throttle on full. So it pitches over really rapidly, considering the size of the ship. But look, we're still going backwards. We're doing 90 going backwards. So, yours never amazing. Your always suffers on ships, to be honest with you. And then let's have a look at roll. So, line her up. That's full throttle and full roll. That is ridiculous. Let's have that again. So it turns. It does turn. That's nice. I thought I'd expect the engines to rotate though when you're flying. So that's interesting. Let's throttle back and see what happens. Nice bit of cool down. Let's get a view from the side. Oh, knackers. I've got one of the switches on the X55 is exterior camera, and in the other direction is free camera. So it's up for free camera. So let's have a look at that. That is, you can't. Wonder why all the thrust pads aren't tiltable. Yeah. I mean, if we drop the landing gear, okay, rear landing gear is going to get cooked. There's no getting away from that. That's really odd because with that engine tilted up now, it'll just thrown the thrust out of the whole ship. I wonder actually, hold on. Let's drop that landing gear back up. Let's use the sun as a line. And then throttle up. That should be flight assist off. Yeah, that's flight assist off. So of course we are still going forwards even without the throttle. So now let's land again. Come on, stop when you want. There we go. Okay, so those engines firing at an angle aren't changing the pitch of the ship because the sun didn't move. So that was interesting. I didn't honestly expect it to do that, but you know, it was worth it. And look at it now, it's with 4 pips to engines. This is insane. Help if I got it in forwards. wonder why the thrust pods aren't tiltable. Also, should be 360 degrees in the plane of axis, or at least 270. Inertia and gravity should be addressed in this next update. Nice. That'd be good. I mean, with flight assist on, I'd expect the thrusters to compensate, so it keeps you level. But with flight assist off, I would have expected that to have at least done something, quirky with the ship. So, while we're here,
new technology from Aegis. Aegis has expanded its roster of anti-Thargoid technologies with a new device, the Decontamination Limpet. The device is specifically designed to counter the caustic properties of Thargoid missiles. In a statement, an Aegis spokesperson said, "As we know, the Thargoid's enzyme missiles are particularly dangerous because of the caustic damage they inflict. The Decontamination Limpet is designed to address this by stripping the corrosive enzymes from a ship's
while we're here,
hull, while also performing limited repairs.
Compromise nav
We have
beacon.
rigorously field tested the device and are confident that it will give pilots a distinct defensive advantage.
Okay,
The
alright.
Decontamination Limpet can be purchased from planetary bases with military, high-tech,
Oh, I like
refinery,
that.
industrial, or extraction-level economies.
So, as we came from ship
Thargoid
to
assault continues.
UI, the audio got cleaner.
Are the latest starports to be targeted by the Thargoids. Thargoid assault continues. Reed's Rest in Myrope and Obsidian Orbital in Maya are the latest starports to be targeted by the Thargoids.
The text to speech isn't too bad, I don't think. It does a few. I mentioned it in my last video. There's a few mispronunciations, but unless you go in and phonetically spell those words and put them into a corrector as it processes it, it's going to have it. It's going to have it anyway. Oh, excuse me, a bit of windy pops. Dweller was supposed to have everything we need by all accounts. So yeah, this is the Dweller. Yeah, there we go. So 80 light years. We could go and take a look at him. Oh, back to Word. Yeah, 80 light years, of course. Okay. Let's see. Let's have a look at the notes. Weapons and modules. Technology broker contacts. Oh, and let's have a look at the materials gubbins. So, let's jump back to Shinny.
Frameshift drive charging.
Here we go. Yeah, I've splatted on a planet before now as well. It's easy done. Not paying attention, coming in on, you got it on the right in the middle of the blue marker, and you look up and there's ground coming up at you like pebbles and stuff, and you think, no, it's too late. You can, the old trick about just point to the sky and hit boost, that works, but if you've got your landing gear down, obviously boost is disabled and you become a pancake or a crater. Normal drop point from SC is 20 kilometers from target. With use of angles, you can make that 5 kilometers. Yeah, that's cutting it a smidge close, I think. Let's have a look. So, what's this silly mission up here? Jack Nicholson Enterprise has installed a free software upgrade to your ship's data link scanner. You will now be able to interrogate larger structures. Oh, okay. They sent it as an in-game message. So this is, we can scan the megaships for little cargo bays and things like that. So what we can do is, if we have a quick look at what's it called, commodity broker, is it? Or material trader. We'll have a quick look at that, and then we'll jump over to a mega ship. Any idea where the nearest mega ship is? Oh. Come on, use the planet as a brake, not as a target. Oh, we didn't overshoot. I never saw it go to a black dot on the horizon. Right, that's better. 6 seconds. Alliance Chieftain. So it is called the Alliance Chieftain, not the Chieftain, which is quite nice. Just like the Imperial cutter, I suppose, or the Federal gunship. Right. Ah. We've arrived at the wrong end.
Flight assist off.
Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go?
Flight assist on.
There we are. It grumbles along. Oh, hey up. Yeah, stop.
Landing gear deployed.
I mean, to quote Ford Prefect, it looks like a fish, moves like a fish, steers like a cow. It's really weird. It's got like obscene engine power, but it can't put it anywhere. Be good for racing. Some medium ship racing, that'd be quite cool. As long as you don't need to go around any corners. I mean, it is a beast. Look at it on the... There we go. Right. Carriers, same floor plan. You do well to fly and read the chat. Yeah, well, I'm doing both at mediocre, to be fair. Let's just topple that up.
Hull repaired.
So, we want... Where is the... I can't remember where they put it now. Contacts. Oop. Let's pay that off. Maybe there isn't one at this station. So. Not going through that list.
Great. Authorities in the affected systems have appealed to independent pilots to deliver foods, water, basic medicines, and natural fabrics, and to evacuate civilians from the pertinent starports.
I didn't press anything to play that, and it's it just started. Right. We'll stick with this then, and we'll go to... Weird. No expiration date to buy. Oh, I've already got it, that's why. So there's the engineer. That's... Oh, for... Do you ever get that happen? You go to somewhere on the map and it's still showing you Shinrata. Weird 2A. Right. Plot a route. And let's go. How many jumps? 5. Oh, this isn't going to be very exciting. So we've done Galnet audio. Come on. Target the right screen.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh. Oh. Oh! Cooked that. It's just a scratch. Just a scratch. So, let's have a look. We are going in the wrong direction. Whew. Boosted turn is ridiculous.
Frameshift drive charging.
Come on, before we get mass locked again. Oh. $382 boost, that's pretty respectable. And we haven't engineered anything, obviously. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
5 jumps. So, I like the Chieftain's turning. That's pretty cool. I like the weapons, but I wish the weapons were bigger, because it's going to take some clever engineering and probably some good weapon choices to really find a good loadout that works well. I wonder if it'll be any good as a missile bow. Excuse me, this beer is going right through me. Yeah, I wonder if it'd be good as a missile boat or something along those lines, because you'd get a nice small grouping of a lot of firepower. Ah, fuel. No fuel scoop. Do we run out on the journey? No, we just get there in time. With enough fuel.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, the map said it was good, so if we run out of fuel, it's the map's fault, not me. What's going on? It'll polish out. Yeah, totally it'll polish out. I mean, you know, it's only paint, and I only found out the other day about ship integrity. I've only been playing it since, what, 3300, I think? The very early beta, just after it came out of alpha. And yeah, ship integrity. I'd always just do repair all and not think about it. And then I saw a video, I forget who the YouTuber was, but it was a worthy watch. It was 5 things you just don't know about Elite Dangerous. And the first 2, to be fair, I did. But the next 3, I'd not noticed them before. So that was quite interesting. Wondering why my ship takes a much easier pummeling after about the first or second fight. Right, come on. 3 jumps. I can only assume that one of these jumps is really, really small, because that fuel looks awkward. If it, well, it can't be calling the fuel rats on a live stream. That'd be fun.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Did you see that? Got a leak. Let's have a look. Oh. Oh, the pooch is on the landing. Chewing on his feet by the look of it. He's my co-pilot. He helps in exploration missions. to keep away the space madness.
Frameshift drive charging.
But he eats all the snacks, so it's, you know, swings and roundabouts. Oh, that's a much smaller jump, that one. So, back we go to where we started. Want to see if we can find him. Is there a mega ship in Weird? Does anyone know? I presume there must be. They must have thrown one in the system just to help people along and help people. Basically, you haven't got to leave this system. You can just do everything you want. Oh, temperatures are good there. I thought we were going to cook it. How far's the stream behind me? I'm jumping to Weird.
4, 3, 2.
About now.
Engage.
And I've just engaged the frame shift in looking at the stream, so that's not too bad. How do you call fuel rats? It's I don't know if you know about them or what, but the fuel rats basically help people out that have got themselves into a silly situation. So normally, as I understand it, what you can do is you can go onto the forums. I think that they must have a Discord channel as well by now, and you go on, and the first thing you have to do is look at your situation. Are you like out of oxygen? You know, you're literally, your fuel's gone, your ship's about to self-destruct. Because if you are, you've got to log out, because that stops the clock on that. And then if you're safe to just sort of sit there, you just realise you're not going to get home or not going to be able to jump anywhere, you can give them a call on the, even Reddit I think you can call them on, but there's a way of doing it, probably a web page as well, and they talk to where you are, you know, find out where you are, friend request you on the game, and they come out and then they use a little fuel limpet jobby and top you up a little bit. Just it's sort of the AA basically, not Alcoholics Anonymous, or the RAC, depending on if you're in the UK or not. And they just help out with people who've run their tanks dry. I would have put a fuel scoop on if I thought I was going to do any serious jumping. Well, let's have a look at this. Oh, this station, it's situated almost identically to Shinrata. Around an Earth-like, and at about the same distance by the look of it. Oh, keep your eyes peeled for non-beige planets as well, which we haven't seen yet, but I'm sure there must be some in the system. There we go. Oh. I like that. Bravo uniform November for Bungle. I wonder if it does numbers. So if you set your ship ID and tell it that that's what you want your call sign to be read out as, I wonder if it'll read numbers.
Landing gear deployed. So,
like the Chieftain, not sure it's going to replace my FGS, because there's a lot of work on my FGS. Grade 5 multi-cannons, grade 5 pulse laser. Most of the other things are grade 4 or 3, I think. 45, there it is. This is a much nicer station. Quite modern. Little jobbies there. That's quite cool. Palm trees. Hang on. That's pad 45. It's been a long day. landing pad fine. Anonymous access. Oh! Right, okay, this is something new as well. So, anonymous access. You notice we've got... We can't go and refuel, repair, or any of that. Because we've got a fine against us. And it's obfuscated our ID picture up there. So, we need to go and pay the bills. And now it's... Now it did this in the live stream. And it's the anonymous access thing stuck around. So let's just clear it and see if it's gone. Yeah. So that's just a UI bug. That's fine. So we can refuel. We can't. No, we don't need to do any repairs. We're all good there. So contacts. Haha. Right. Material traders. Let's have a look at this. So this is something that's very new to the game. So the whole thing about having to grind and you know, find which systems do which materials, and then I mean when I was unlocking engineers, and the one engineer that I wanted, I forget the name, but in order to unlock that engineer I had to unlock another one, and in order to get that one I had to unlock another one, and there was 4 engineers in a row I needed to do. Excuse me. And I got to about the 2nd or 3rd one, and it was all of these stupid little things like so-and-so alloy was needed, and it's not just something you can just find anywhere or buy it anywhere. It was I ended up doing Dav's Hope, and I watched a video from Down to Earth Astronomy, who, if you aren't subscribed to his channel, go subscribe to his channel because it's excellent. The guy's done a spreadsheet with all the materials in it, and obviously things can change from version to version, but last time I checked it was up to date. So it's a spreadsheet of all the materials and data and things like that you might need to use for engineers, where you can find them and how you can get them. So with Dav's Hope, and again, I don't know if this has been nerfed, but it should. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything on the Galnet. But essentially what you do is you go to Dav's Hope and you do a little sort of rally circuit around the base, and there's 6 or 7 little pickup points where it's always certain types of things that are very rare to find, and some are more rare than others, let's say. And the idea being is that you can just do that run. I did it for about 4 or 5 hours and just collected up loads and loads and loads of what I needed, then went off and did all the engineering I needed. So Dav's Hope, assuming it hasn't been nerfed, is still pretty good. It should still be pretty good for those sorts of things. But let's say you just can't find that thing. So looking at this, these are almost like grades. So we've got chemical, thermic, heat, conductive, mechanical, capacitors, shielding. So worn shield emitters, shielding sensors, compound shielding, and imperial shielding. I haven't seen that one before. That I think is new. Core dynamics composites. Fantastic. So as you can see, this is what happens when you do Dav's Hope and things like what was the other one? Oh, passenger missions, getting people off not Obsidian Orbital. It was the Oracle. And we haven't got any money, but we'll pay you with these exquisite focus crystals. Is that okay? Yeah, get in, bring your family. Yeah, no problem. So, anyway, these are essentially like ranks of the thing. So, we've got 19 chemical processors, and we've got no chemical storage units. So, if we traded that way... Oh, hang on, how's this going to... If we traded from here to here... we would get 3, if I understand this correctly, we will get 3 chemical storage units for 1 chemical processor. So, how do we... That... Hang on. So we want to go from that. Oh, okay, right. We've got none of them, so we can't trade up. Oh. Okay. That's interesting because it's got an arrow up and down, but it doesn't look like we can trade down. We can't get... we can't take one of something and get many of something not as good. Let's have a look. So if we got chemical processors and we wanted a chemical distillery, let's see if we can do pharmaceutical isolators. That we've got none of. Okay, so we've got one of them. Okay, so you select the thing you want, then you go and select the thing you've got, and so that's going to cost 6 chemical manipulators. And now we've got 1 pharmaceutical isolator. So there is a cost implication there. And if you've got, let's say you've got 100, because the new storage limit is 100 on everything. So as they add more materials, you'll have 100 of each of those, should you want to. It's not like there's a ship limit anymore, which is great. I mean, I don't know where he's storing them, under the glove box or something, but it now means that, let's say you've got 100 of chemical storage units. You could trade them up to chemical processors, and you could trade them up to chemical distillery, and so on and so on and so on. So if you went from that to that, that's 3 of those. If I'm reading this correctly, so 3 of those get you 1 of those. So 3 of those get you 1 of those. 3 of those get you 1 of those, and 3 of those get you 1 of those. Oh, that can't be right because it's 6, 6, 6. Okay, it's 6. It uses 6 of the lower for 1 of the upper. So yeah, that would, you'd have to go through a lot of level 1 stuff to get some level 5 stuff. But that's interesting. So can we go down? So we offer 6 and we receive 1. Select the material you're looking for. I want heat exchangers. Select the material you want to trade. That. I want to trade 1 of them and I'll get... Okay, you can trade down. Haha, right. So, if you do need something that's lower ranked than what you've got, you can trade down. That's great. That's fantastic. What's that? If you've never flown a lot... Yes! Yes, absolutely. A lot of... this is why using bookmarks for surface places is great, and I'd love them just to be able to let me put a pin in a map somewhere, like a funny shaped rock or a crater that looks like a body part or something like that. But things like if you've ever done what's his name, Palin, when you dock at Obsidian Orbital, and as you dock you get a message and you go and have a look at it, and it's Palin saying, I've got a mission for you, I want 4 Thargoid resins. And if you go then to, and don't ask me what the name of the place is, but you go to that surface area on the planet where the old style Thargoid ship is crashed, the old octagon shaped one, and all the bits you need are scattered around. But when you get there, it was really hard to find the first time because it's just coordinates. You can Google it or look on Reddit and it tells you the numbers you need, but you've still got to fly there, and that can be quite tricky. So what I tend to do, is set the angle to say 0 or 90 and just get, roughly close, because roughly close with long and lat it's not like a hemisphere, it's not like that half of the planet. You have to get really dialed in anyway. But then set it to 0 or 90 and travel in the direction until the number's right, then turn exactly 90 degrees and travel in that direction. And that helps you sort of come in on one angle and then perpendicular to it. Now, when you get there, that particular place, if you get out in your SRV and sort of thrust up and point the ship down at where the craft is, there's a point of interest that if you can target it and stay thrusting up in the air and scan it, it gets added to your map. So there is, in fact, if I go to the galaxy map, I have Thargoid Shite, which is I don't have system map information, so that's not going to work. But yeah, it's a surface bookmark, which means all you got to do then is jump into the system, aim it at the bookmark, and land the thing. It's much, much quicker. So that was Material Trader we just did. Let's have a look at Technology Broker. So, unlockable items. You have insufficient resources for this item. That's a bit poor. Ah, well. So with this, I mean, there's not many there anyway, but can we even have a look at it? Yes, we can at least get a look at the details. Remotely detonated flechette round. Hold the trigger to delay detonation of flechettes. Nice. It's a grenade, I guess. You know, like throw it, wait, loose the pin. That one interested me in the beta videos that Frontier were doing. So, first attempt at replicating Thargoid corrosive weaponry. See, how long before we get them scanners that stop ships from working? That's what I want fitted to my ship. So, yeah, it looks like we haven't got any of the required materials to do any of these. But this is it's not. I wouldn't class this as engineering in the same sense. This is more, you know, in power play. If you get to, I think it's grade 3 of one of the powers, you get prismatic shields, and another power has pacifier frag cannons. But you have to do like 4 weeks of power play and get enough merits within the sort of the last few days to put you over into level 3 or level 4, whichever one it happens to be, and then you can get those shields, and they're there to buy from that point forth, that point on. With this, it's like that, but you don't have to bother with power play. So, you know, it's not necessarily the same stuff, but I'd imagine we're going to see things just more than just weapons. You know, shielded improvements, hull improvements, those sorts of things, and that's nice because they can just add them when they come up with a new idea. They're quite heavy on the materials though. Look at that, 30, 32, 30. That's pretty hectic. I mean, what have I got in way of inventory? I've got some, but again, you see that it's 100, 100, 100. That's excellent. And the same for material, for data, I should say. Okay, there's that option. Ship integrity. If you do that, it makes your ship better. Even though you've done repair all or whatever, there's still an extra repair option. Let's have a look. Engineers. Well, we don't necessarily have the materials to do any engineering, but we'll see what we got. Oh, okay. Nice planet. It's looking better than it did. Still quite beigey, but looking better than it did. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, can't get in that close. There we go. That's completely one colour. That's not a good example. That's nice. Yeah, that's quite nice. Lots of ice moons. So, let's go and visit the Dweller and see how we get on. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm not sure that the stream's going to go on too much longer. We're coming up on 1 hour 30 minutes, so that's probably long enough for most people. Besides which, I'm starving. I want my tea. Oh, oh, get out of my way, get out of my way. That was close. It felt close.
Landing gear retracted.
Okay, get out of mass lock.
Scan detected.
Come on. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
That seems to charge pretty quick as well. Mind you, we've got a 6A power distributor and 5 or 6A thrusters. So that's probably having an effect on that. And we've got things set to 4 pips to engines as well. 171 light seconds. So, what do you say? Power play's costing you millions. Otherwise, you can only pick up a small amount. Or am I going about it wrong? I spent ages and didn't even bother with power play when it first came out. It was just like, what? Okay, it's a game of chess on top of Elite, and it didn't appeal, or Risk, I suppose you could class it as. I looked at some of the payouts. Initially, I was a poor boy playing this, and back in the Type 6, Type 7 days, I would look at, 5 million a month payout, or whatever it was, 5 million a week payout, and think, that's achievable. And I wasn't very good at combat. I didn't even have a combat ship at the time. So, hang on. Oh, there we go, we're fine. So I didn't have a combat ship, so that was out of the question. And so I looked at doing these merit deliveries. Like when you take, not combat bonds, what do they call them? Reinforcement documents or something. And that seemed alright. It was like, take 20 of these, take them over there. Take 20 of these, take them over there. And that got really tedious very, very quickly. Which I think was part of the backlash towards power play. And have I got a planetary doodad thingy on this? Oh, we're about to find out. Now that looks even better now than it did in the galaxy map, or the system map I should say. Some nice little coloured details in that. It's getting compressed to buggery on the stream, of course, but it don't look too bad. So what was it about? No, don't nosedive into a planet? Don't know what you mean. Oh, we've got a planetary thingy. We didn't take it off. So I'm gonna
Orbital flight engaged.
Don't kick up a fuss. Hang on, Black Hide is... Oh. Okay. Where is it? What was I on about? Power play. So, oh, we're going to be miles off. Oh, I'm going to pass out. Oh. Come on. Hey? What am I? Am I being dim? Well, we're dropping, we're starting to balance out. Am I being dim, or have I not targeted the actual engineer? Oh, for... Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Come on. I am aligned.
4, 1. Engage.
So, power play. Let's get a bit of height first, actually. I was doing these delivery missions, but it was getting tedious because you can buy 20. It was like you get 20 units, and then you can sit and wait for 20 minutes or half an hour, and you can take another 20, or you can pay, I think it was 10,000 credits, and unlock the next 20. And what ended up happening was I was making 0 cash. Yeah, it's on the wrong side of the bloody planet. I was making basically 0 money and doing a lot of flying about and wearing my ship out just to get these merits. What I found was that if you use a mouse script, you could write a script that every 20 minutes or so goes and gets the next 20. So you could start it before you go to bed on the night and get up in the morning and your cargo hold is full with merits. And then you just do one run and you've got your merits for the day or for the week. And that worked for a couple of days, and then I realised, you know what, I'm just leaving the computer, playing the game itself, and it was just, I got better things to do with the computer at that point. So I knocked that on the head, and I think after about 2 months of having power play enabled, I left the power and, you know, just didn't bother going back. It'd be nice, I think, if power play sort of, although the trouble is everybody's getting on at the moment because of Thargoids. So, oh, here we go. So yeah, everybody's getting on because of the Thargoids, but I think it'd be quite nice if there was a lot more rivalry and conflict and what have you in regular powers. Here we go. Right on the edge of a whopping crater by the look of it. We'll put a bit of lights on. EDH beta 1. So this is definitely beta, what is it, 301.101 is the version number. So I'm going to come in a little bit shallow on that. There we go. I always find, especially if you're coming in like that, aim above it, and what's a good place to aim is where the top of the target circle is. So essentially there. And that usually gives you enough overshoot that towards the very end of it, as you come out of glide, you can drop down and you bang on target. But if you're too low, of course, you drop out of glide, you can be 20-30 mile away, and that's just tedious. You might do the same. What, the mouse script thing, or just knock it on the head? Because there are moral implications to the mouse script. At the time, it wasn't, people weren't really cheating in Elite, but using a mouse script, you could argue, is automation. Looks like the live stream is taking a massive hit. Let me just oh, it's up there, look at that. To be fair, this engineer has amazing a location on the side of this cliff with all the little tunnels and stuff. This is a half-Earth G planet. It feels like about double. Oh, look at that view. Come on, tickle it in. Like a glove. Yeah, so there's a certain moral implication with running a script like that. And I know Frontier have frowned on people using scripts before, but let's have a look. Engineers. So this is the new... Oh, this is... So this is the old engineer system, by the look of it, which we have to choose to upgrade. Are they doing everything? Look at that. Everything to grade 5. I'm liking that. Come on then, let's have a look. I bet he wants bloody fish. No, oh, he actually wants proper materials. So, right, so this is the new system now. So we're grade 2 on these thrusters. Or we were grade 2 the last time we visited. So, if we want to start unlocking these now, what have we got? Drive strength tuning, drive strengthening, clean drive tuning. So we've got that. And grade 1. This is... So, the red things only happen once per grade. So, when we start to upgrade this, we'll take that as a hit, which is the optimal mass. But we'll gain some amount of thermal load improvements and some amount of optimal multiplier. What's going on with the stream? It's gone. Doggo. Hang on. Let me see if I can. I've just dropped the bitrate on the stream, see if it comes back. It looks like it's picking up. Apologies for that, it just went like a slideshow for some reason. Once per grade, so grade 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, we'll take a hit on whatever's red and we'll start to gain on the blue. We won't get all of the blue, but we'll get some of it. So we've got plenty of this, so we'll use this as an example. So sulfur, we need 1. So normally, if you remember the old system, you would roll the dice and it would bounce up and down, and it could be good, it could be bad, and there's no way of knowing. It's always good in this. You always improve on what you've got, because it's a bit like taking your car to a specialist modding garage and saying, okay, I want you to do this engine mod for me, and then coming back and saying, oh, sorry, we messed it up. It's rubbish now. Your car doesn't go fast at all. So it's kind of, it didn't make sense doing it that way, but this is all improvements. So it tells you what you're going to take. You're going to get a 2% hit on your optimal mass. Generate. Right, so there's the hit gone in, and we gained almost half on the thermal load improvement and almost half on the optimal multiplier. So let's generate again. And you see it went up, and it goes up by a random amount, but it's always up. There we go. So that has now given us grade 2. So we're now unlocked for grade 2 on this. Can we? Oh, we're unlocked grade 2 with the engineer, but the clean drive tuning now. Oh, we're great. We're scuppered. So, oh, that was a. Did you see that improvement? Then that was bugger all. Come on. Right. Is there anything left in that? Okay, I think we probably unlocked that as much as it's going. So with this level 2 of clean drive tuning, we can't go any further because we've got no conductive components. Is there a what's it trader here? No, commodities market. So we don't have a we can't swap out some bits to get these. But let's have a look. So again, with this, we'd take a 4% hit on integrity. We'd take a 4% hit on power draw. We'd take a 4% hit on optimal mass, but we'd only do that once in grade 2. Now that we've got, we'd get a bigger increase on thermal load and a bigger increase on the optimal multiplier. What have we got for that? Carbon. No, we ain't got that one. Oh, we could do that. Dirty drive tune. Why didn't I see that before? Right. Oh. This will overwrite your previous modification, clean drive tuning. Yes. So, something I wanted to share. Now, you notice, clean drive tuning has gone. It's not grade 2 anymore like it was. We've essentially wiped the slate clean. And this orange line underneath that shows how far through grade 1 we are, or grade 2, or whatever. Oh, I've just had a horrible thought. That needs specialist legacy firmware. We're going to run out. Well, that was a good roll. That's it. Oh, feeble. So we unlocked grade 2, but we've now run out of specialist legacy firmware. So we'll give those engines a try in a minute. Frameshift drive, what can we do here? Faster boot sequence, no thank you. Increased range. Ooh. Oh, we're not going to be able to take that very far. So, again, for this, grade 1, we're going to take those hits. We're going to start gaining on that. Oh. Oh, haha. Oh. Damn it. So there we go. Life support. Who engineers life support? Jeez. Actually, that's new, isn't it? Is that new? I don't know. MISC shielded. MISC reinforced and MISC lightweight. Pulse lasers, shield generators. What can we do to shield generators? Biweaves. Kinetic resistant shields, enhanced low power, reinforced shields, thermally resistant. Nice. Okay. There we go, guys. 1 3/4 hours. That's a long one. I'm going to call it a day. It looks like something is starting to tank on the machine, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But the stream can't be particularly smooth for you guys, so I am going to call it a day, and I'm going to say go get your downloads going on if you haven't already, for those PC or Mac players, and have a play, have an experiment. That's what the beta's about at the end of the day. It's designed so that we can try and find the bugs and get them squashed before we go properly live and the console players get a hold of it. But yeah, that's nice. Might do another one maybe tomorrow with the mega ship, if I can track down a mega ship, or I might just do a little video of that later and upload it. But that would be nice to have a play about with, although they're going to shoot me, so that's probably not best to do in this Chieftain. But yeah, there we go. I'm going to say good night and have a good day. Have a good evening, even. So, see you around. Bye.